Well, hi there folks. I've definitely got a messy desk at the moment. It's the result of yesterday's sort of mad terrain making. I've done the foreground Ropes Drift Hospital, which you'll see properly in 1 second now. I finished the Napoleonic, well, skirmish scale British and French, and I've done the officers. Also found an old Perry Miniatures rifle officer, and yeah, a few bits and pieces on the go at the moment. The desk is a bit of a mess, I won't lie to you, but there's also these 4 pieces. Now, how am I going to show these off? So yeah, again, sorry about the mess, but it seems to be the case when you're doing basing and various terrain pieces. There we have a piece there. The only thing that's missing there, I can't go far wrong if I do some dry brushing on the stone and the Churchill. It's what's left of the Churchill. I made up one proper Churchill, but you get a spare turret. It's usually the other variant or the other version, and that's worked out quite nicely on a Scenic base. Maybe some rifleman can. I'll probably give him some hard cover for that, maybe, or maybe it's soft cover for the visibility, I'm not sure, but that's definitely for bolt action. I'm not sure whether the actual head of a Churchill or the turret would have gone flying in this sense, but I'm sure it's not unheard of when some 88mm shell just sort of shreds you. And yeah, happy with that piece. The CDs are a product of, well, an entire box set of copied CDs. I had season 1 of Game of Thrones from my mate Owen, and I've since bought the DVDs proper now, so, and I'm not robbing HBO of any sort of dodgy viewing, although I'm sure everyone does it. Excuse me, bit of a cold there. And that's the same with these. So I've made 5 terrain pieces out of them. The trees are very reasonable cost. See if I can zoom out here. There's a small oak there, a sort of larger one here. My only problem with this one is that it's leaning a little to one side, but that's not unheard of in a forest, that the tree grows a certain way. There's one nice one at the back there. Let's show that up front. And yeah, really happy with the basing. That's just sand, a sort of sand-based texture paste, a lot of PVA and paint involved. And I started off with quite a dark base colour, using a black primer, and then working up to browns and a lighter brown. So there's a nice texture on the earth where the grass doesn't cover, and I'm quite happy with that. I'm really happy with this grass in general. It's Jarvis Scenic's combat rubble or something, like urban, yeah, combat rubble or something, and it just works a treat. There we go. Put those off to one side now. You can probably see the mess on desk at the moment. I got some mixed tufts which should come out really handy, and I've already picked out the ones that are suitable for the Iberian Peninsula, the Spanish ones that is. I think they'd work quite well for the Spanish Civil War or anything, but I dare not start another project. From my miniatures themselves, I've found it very helpful to have boxes of this stuff, and then you can just dip, PVA and dip. I think that's the idea behind the Luke Zaps range, is that you're just PVAing, or I suppose use the sort of special basing glue. I think contractors grade PVA is probably stronger than most things. That's all I've got anyway. I've got a massive old tub of it, like 5 litres. I'm not going to be running out of it anytime soon. But anyway, here are the French, which you've already seen, I think. They've received some of these sort of dry looking tufts. They're still flowers, but they're not the sort of luscious vegetation that you might see in the UK with all the rains that we have. The only thing I've yet to do on this stand is the flag on the standard bearer and coloured pom-poms, I think. There we go then. And then the British off to one side. They're all done. I'll just cut the video and set up the foreground hospital.